Welcome to Football for Fun. Please hit the subscribe button below the video so that you can support the channel and we can crank out more content. Now, enjoy the show.
Welcome to episode 4 of Football for Fun. I am Depressed, the Texans fan.
And I'm delusional, the Panthers fan. But boy, we feeling good today.
No, isn't it just like a normal news day? Like nothing unusual happened. We're going to talk about what the Bears will do with the number 1 overall pick. Like,
Oh
just
yeah,
nothing
of
crazy,
course.
right?
Yeah, nothing crazy. They wouldn't have traded that or anything. Definitely not. Of course, no.
Definitely not. Yeah. Well, just all joking aside, today is an exciting day, especially for you. But I also have some excitements about the news. There's a lot of news to cover. There's I'm blanking out on what happened. Daniel Jones got signed, Geno Smith, stuff like that. But the most important news relevant for today is that the Carolina Panthers have traded for the number 1 overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I have some thoughts, but you're the Panthers fan here, Isaac. I'm just going to give the floor to you.
Oh, and I am so happy with the trade. I was ecstatic when it happened. I didn't believe it at first. I thought maybe it was a fake announcement. But no, it was definitely genuine. And no, I'm super happy with it. I'm pretty sad that we're trading away DJ Moore in the trade. But we got to get our quarterback. And we finally have given ourselves a chance to do that. So
Exactly.
it's a win for us. It's a win for Chicago. They got a good receiver. They got some draft picks. Like everybody's happy here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. I'd say that's definitely good perspective. Yeah, it kind of sucks to trade DJ Moore if you're the Panthers, but we've been having this discussion in the past hour or so. Like people are starting to act like DJ Moore is like some top 3 receiver, and he's
These people
good.
didn't watch any Panthers games over the past couple years. They don't know. They don't know.
Right.
What do you
Exactly.
mean?
I think people just assume that DJ Moore is just like all that, and he's probably pretty good, right? He's just
Oh no, he's don't get me wrong. He's a good receiver for sure, and he's never played with a good quarterback, so it's totally possible he becomes a top 10 receiver in Chicago. But based
exactly
on previous seasons, he's been good. He's been consistently near 1,000 yards. He's never been top 10 or anything. He's not elite.
right. Definitely. And would you mind summarizing what the trade compensation was? Because it was DJ Moore, but it was also some draft picks, right?
Right. So we give up DJ Moore. We give up this year's 9th overall selection, our 61st selection. We give up a second rounder in 2025, I believe, and we give up our first rounder next year. So we only had to give up 2 first rounders. We gave up 2 second rounders, which isn't that big of a concern because we had 2
Right.
second rounders in this draft. So we still have pick
Mm-hmm.
number 39. We're going to use
Right.
that on a receiver or tight end most likely.
That was from the CMC trade, right?
It was, yes.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. And but DJ Moore's worth a first round pick.
No, he's not.
The Bears robbed y'all.
I don't get that at all. Look, he's good. He's not a first round pick.
Yeah.
He's second rounder,
I
sure.
think. Yeah, and a lot of people are saying seems like most people are saying that you guys got robbed. I think this is one of those trades. Now, 10 years from now, if the quarterback y'all draft is a bust, then y'all probably lost the trade. But I'd say for now, it's a win-win. I would say you guys get the number 1 overall pick. You suddenly go from, who's gonna fall to us at 8 or whatever it was, to suddenly you just get the pick of the cream of the crop. And there's even I guess discussions that if you're if you love both CJ Stroud and Bryce Young, then you could trade down to us, get some draft picks back and then just take whoever's there. So, I think people try to, portray trades as there was a clear winner and there's a clear loser, but sometimes It's just a win-win.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. I think it's a win-win for sure.
Y'all got the 1 pick. The Bears got some picks and they got a solid number 1 receiver. They've not really had a good receiver in a while. Allen Robinson, but he just kind of got ran out of town.
Right.
The Bears historically just haven't done well with receivers. So good for them. What I would say, my little piece as a Texans fan, is I'm a little bit disappointed that wasn't us who made the trade to number 1 rather than y'all. Thanks a lot.
Hey, you can still trade up. We're
That's
okay
true.
with that.
However, I'm just glad that the Colts were not the one who made the trade. That's honestly y'all could make the trades. The Raiders could have made it, whoever. I'm just glad the Colts didn't make that
trade. Right, we helped you guys out for sure.
They do not need to get their quarterback. Y'all can sign Jimmy Garoppolo. Y'all can sign another veteran and see how that goes. But Anyway, so speaking of which, I guess continuing this discussion of this number one overall pick that y'all now own, who do you think y'all should take or y'all will take? Or do you think you should trade with us, or what do you think is going to happen with it?
Personally, I'm okay. First, I see the chat. I see the chat. Thanks for the follows, Venki and Solgarion. Appreciate
What's
that.
up, guys?
Welcome to chat. Yeah, I see the chat. We're just trying not to like have it overlap too much with our discussion, you know. But we're
Right.
definitely reading, so leave us comments. So
Definitely. No, we're here. Welcome. We are so glad to have you, and y'all are our very first viewers of this fourth and legendary episode. So welcome.
yeah, welcome, guys. First live stream. So
True.
anyway, personally, I'm happy with either CJ Stroud or Bryce Young at 1 overall, and I'd be pretty happy if we traded down to 2 and still got one of them. Like that is preferable. So I mean, if I had to choose, I like Bryce Young better, despite the concerns about his height. He's a real
Right.
playmaker, but I think probably I would expect us to take C.J. Stroud. He seems to fit what Frank Reich looks for. That QB mold that he likes. He seems like a Frank Reich guy, and I think he'd fit our offense fairly well. So as of now, I would say I would expect us to go with C.J. Stroud, but I'm absolutely
Yeah.
fine with either.
Right. Apparently, the odds of CJ Stroud going number one overall increased as soon as the Panthers made the trade, which, could indicate that it's a good scheme fit. It's what Frank Reich wants in a quarterback, but, you never know. I mean, I wouldn't mind trading with y'all for number one as long as y'all ask like for too much. It's not some like highway robbery or
Oh, hey,
something,
hey, hey! What if we ask for pick 2 and pick 12?
I don't think I'd do that.
Okay,
Just
we
removing like
throw in
one
our
slot.
second rounder. Throw in our second rounder. So
What
picks
pick
1 and
numbers are
39 for picks 2 and 12.
I would consider it. If y'all threw in like the fifth we lost from whatever punishment we got, make
Sure.
up for that, I'd consider it.
I'd,
I don't
I'd
know if
do
I'd do
that.
it, but
I'd do that up in Carolina. Take a quarterback and then use pick 12 on like Jordan Addison.
yeah, and I mean the main reason I say that, why I wouldn't do it is because I think because there was like, whenever Mitch Trubisky got drafted, it was like, a 3-2 trade or 2-3, whatever you want to say. And like, I don't think it was like there were any like first or even seconds involved in it. It was just like maybe like a third, a fourth, and a sixth or something like that. So I would be very hesitant about, drafting or trading away our 12th overall pick. But, at the right price point, we'd consider it. But
I mean, if you're moving up to number 1 overall, like if that's what we're asking for, you kind of have to give it up. That's how it was with Chicago and Carolina. Like they wanted DJ Moore. That was non-negotiable from what I've heard.
true.
And we budged. We gave him up.
That's true. I mean, it could also be a case to where, if Carolina's, I don't want to say indifferent, but, they could go either way. It could be the case that the Texans are also that way. So we might be like, we're fine with either Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. We're not, or Anthony Richardson or Will Levis, but, we're not going to, give up assets. But, we'll see. I would say either way, draft night. Now, we don't know what we're going to be doing for draft night, but it's going to be a football for fun special because our two teams are picking 1 and 2. Now, y'all traded up for it. We actually earned it. Thanks a lot, Lovey. But it's going to be exciting, So we'll definitely try to do something like, I think you're talking about doing a live stream or something like that.
Yeah,
We'll
I'd love to do that.
certainly have some stuff out for sure. And I guess one other topic, I mean, you can talk about whatever you want, but one big question about the trade, since y'all traded your number one receiver, is who is your new quarterback going to throw to? And you have some free agent ideas, right?
Yeah, everybody's talking about it. Like we don't have any receivers now. But look, we still have Terrace Marshall Jr. on the roster, and he could develop into a good receiver. The only reason he's had slow development so far is that Matt Rule was our coach, and he's an absolute moron. I'll put it like that. So, there's a good chance he becomes a good wide receiver 2, maybe a wide receiver 1. I don't know. We don't know yet. But he was putting up similar numbers to DJ Moore last season when they were both playing. So I'm excited for him,
Interesting.
and there are some decent free agent options. OBJ is coming off that injury, but
True.
I'd be willing to take a chance on him.
Yeah.
We need some speed receivers, so guys like Mecole Hardman or DJ Chark, I'm happy with that. I think we should go after those guys. And then DeAndre Hopkins still available via trade. We've got a second rounder. I'd be okay giving up a second rounder for him. So there are definitely ways we can add weapons. It's not like we're going to go into next season without receivers on the roster. We will
True.
figure it out. We'll do something. We're gonna add at least 2
Exactly.
receivers, at least.
No, y'all have options for sure. And actually, kind of like going back a little bit, what about this potential trade? So we swapped picks. We give you a second and Brandon Cooks. Would you do that?
For the first overall pick.
Yes.
You give us a second and Brandon Cooks.
We'll give you our like second, which is probably like 33 overall or whatever that is, and
Yeah.
we'll give you Brandon Cooks.
I take that. Yeah, that's a veteran receiver for us. So
I'd
sure.
probably do it. Yeah.
We
I mean,
still get
Brandon
either
Cooks-
Bryce or CJ Stroud, so that's fine.
True.
If we're gaining from the trade and we still get our quarterback, that's cool with me. And to
if
answer
y'all, like, take on-
Tavenki in chat, yes, both of our teams are in need of quarterback. Yes, desperately.
Exactly.
Desperately.
And both of us are drafting 1 and 2. Well, both of our teams are drafting 1 and 2. So definitely. Well,
Hi,
it'll be
Gobo Sox.
fun.
Welcome to chat.
Yeah, welcome, guys. I believe the draft is like 48 days away or something like that. I randomly know that today, but it's gonna be exciting to see like the build up. I'm just, now hopefully y'all don't trade with the Colts for some reason. I doubt y'all would,
I can't imagine why we would do that.
Yeah, moving up to 1 to get whoever you pick, and then just going back to 4, where you could lose out on all 3 of them. But yeah, I mean, maybe y'all will trade with us. That probably would be fine, and then we can just see where that takes us. But yeah, I agree. Y'all have some options at like free agency. That guy you were talking about, Terrence Marshall, right?
Terrace Marshall,
He
yep.
could really blossom. Yeah, you just never know. So yeah, pretty exciting.
And there's a lot of tight ends too that we could get, pass catching tight
Right.
ends. So like Dalton Schultz,
Definitely.
I think he's a free agent
So Mike Gesicki is this year or next year?
this year. Yep, we could
Okay,
get him.
so yeah, there are a lot of options for sure.
And then
I mean, the
a
Texans
very
just signed
deep
Robert
draft
Woods,
class too.
We just signed Robert Woods, so we can sign Robert Woods. Y'all can probably get a legit receiver as well. So
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, well, anything else you want to mention as far as the celebratory day before we go into, Lamar, Gino, it's just some like,
All those other guys, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I got nothing more to add. I'm super happy with the trade. I think it's a win-win all around. If anything, my initial thoughts were that we fleeced them, not they fleeced us. So I'm surprised that the media has taken this turn on it. I don't know. I'm happy. I'm happy.
Definitely. Yeah, I just overall think it's a win-win. And as a Texans fan, I kind of wish we had made the trade, but I'm happy for you as a Panthers fan, and it'll be entertaining. I'm happy that the Colts aren't trading one. Now we just need someone to trade for the number 3 spot, so they don't get like anyone good. Like CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, and Anthony Richardson are all gone, and then we can have Will Levis in our division.
Well, watch Will Levis become the top quarterback from this class. Just because.
Drafted number 1 overall?
No. I don't want him in Carolina, no. I'm already on record saying I think he's going to be as good as Zach Wilson. So I'm not taking it back until he proves it wrong.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. Probably not, actually. But, you heard it here that Will Levis is going to be a bad quarterback.